Got another flashlight to look at today from Olight. This is the ArkPro. This is a brand new light just released. Let's open it up and take a closer look. Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. Just another flashlight video here from Olight. It's a really cool package that it comes in, and it also has like the embossed design of the light here on the front. That's pretty neat. But let's open this up and see what comes included. There's a little tag here on the front. It says that if a streak appears on the laser, gently clean that with a cloth. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this cover right here. We also have a note on the bottom. It says charge to activate before first use. So we'll take this little sticker off as well. This little paper cover is also a little bit of a label. It lets you know what each thing is. Right here is the USB-C charge port. We have UV here on the left, pure flood in the middle, and spot on the right. And then you can rotate the selector here. Also, it has a center button. But here on the right side, we also have the laser button. Let's go ahead and take this off. That's a really nice, sleek, flat design. And of course, we do have a clip on the back, so you can clip that onto a belt or onto your pocket. Now, it's a two-way clip, so you can also put this on a hat if you want. Might be a little heavy for a hat light, but let's see what else comes included here. Looks like we've got our magnetic connector here with the USB-A port. Let's take a look at the user manual. Let's take a look at what else is included. Comes with this card here. It's got our serial number and the letter R on it. We'll set that aside. Now here in the user manual, it also is giving all of the specifications and all of the different settings. It also gives us some operating instructions for the light as well, or the user interface. And of course, we'll go over that here in a minute, but first we do need to get this charged up. That is nice that this does have a magnetic tail cap, and of course that also works great for this magnetic charger. I am gonna take this into the house first and get it fully charged up, but I'm gonna choose to use the USB-C charge port here on the side. I think it's gonna charge a little bit faster. So as soon as I get this charged up, then we'll bring it back here and then we'll run through all of those operating instructions. And then of course, when it gets dark, we'll take this down to the park and see how it looks at night. All right, well, I've got the ArkPro fully charged up and ready to go. Now the user interface on this, like most Olight lights, it's very straightforward and very easy to use and easy to learn. Well, let's just start with the one in the middle here. I believe that's the floodlight. So to turn this on, just one press of the center button. Now you can see when we turn that on, we get the little LED indicators here on the switch. Also here on the side, letting you know what mode that you're on as far as the level of brightness. Press it again, it turns it off. To go to moonlight, all you need to do is press and hold. That's just a little faint moonlight. Might be good for, you know, reading something in a tent at night when you don't want to have a whole lot of light. Now from moonlight, you can either turn it off or you can cycle to all of the other different brightness levels. Let's just turn it off here. And I want to show you first how to get to turbo. Just double click that center button and you can see that jumps all the way up to the brightest setting. That is very bright for this little light. You can see right here the little indicators letting us know that that is at the highest setting. Press it again, that turns it off. Now when the light is on, right now that's high, but we can cycle through the different brightness levels just by holding down the button. There's low, medium, and high. Click it again and it turns off. Now we also have a strobe function. All you need to do is press that button 3 times. Just a little bit of a warning if you have any sensitivity to flashing lights. I'm going to turn on the strobe light now. And then press it again, it turns it off. Let's take a look at the spotlight. All we need to do is switch that selector over and press and turn that on. There's the spotlight. A little bit more focused there in the middle. And of course, it's the other side that's lighting up. You can even toggle between spot and flood when the light is on. UV as well. There's the UV. But let's go back to spot here and let's do kind of the same thing. We still have a moonlight option in spot. So same thing, press and hold to turn on the moonlight. And then from moonlight on, you can either turn that off, or if the moonlight is on, you can also hold that down and go to low, medium, and high. Low, medium, and high. And if we double click, that jumps up to turbo. Again, turbo being the brightest setting here in the floodlight. It definitely does put a lot of light out there. And here on the spotlight, we also have a strobe light function. All you need to do is triple press that button. Again, a little bit of a warning if you have sensitivity to flashing lights. All right, now let's take a look at the UV light. So I'm going to switch all the way over to this side here and we'll press to turn it on. And you can see there's the Dan the Fix-It Man logo lighting up. Also here on the box, that shows up pretty well. And you can change the brightness with this just by pressing and holding, and it just jumps up one level. And press it and turn it off. Now UV lights check IDs, but also cash or currency here, US currency. It does have a colored strip, so let's turn that on and see if we can find that. Yep, there it is. I don't know how well that's showing up, but there's a fluorescent green strip showing up there, and on the 10, it's over here. All right, I just turned the lights off to see if this will show up a little bit better, but yeah, there's the UV light. And see, on this $20 bill, we do have a fluorescent green stripe here on the side. And on the $10 bill, we've also got a stripe here. It's an orange stripe on the right side. That's one way you can check currency and make sure that it's not counterfeit. You know, I've looked at quite a few UV lights on my channel, and I really like the UV feature, and I do carry a UV light with me. It's of course nice for detecting, you know, pet stains and whatnot. You know, take it into a hotel room if you dare. But, you know, checking currency, checking IDs. You can also hunt for scorpions at night. They glow really, really well with a powerful UV light like this. Now, this light also has a lockout mode. So what you can do is long press the center button for 2 seconds when the light is off. See that right there? And the little lock icon just showed up here. So to unlock it, same thing, just press and hold. And then the moonlight mode comes on, and now it is unlocked. But it's kind of nice, you know, if you are traveling with this in a bag or something like that, or you don't want this to accidentally turn on. Now, as far as the laser, so the green laser has a momentary switch. For example, you can press and hold like that, and then if you let go, it's off, or you can click it once and then it will stay on. Just be mindful, do not shine this at any aircraft or anything like that. It is illegal and they can easily track you down, so don't do something silly like that. But definitely is handy, especially if you are trying to illustrate something or teach something. It's really nice to have a laser pointer. You can change the brightness of that laser by pressing and holding. It's just 2 different brightness settings. There's low, press and hold, and that's the bright setting. That's all there is to it. And then press and hold and turn that off. Well, that's pretty much it as far as the user interface. Again, very intuitive and very easy to use. I did also want to point out that you do have some knurling here on the sides, which kind of makes it easier to grip this while you're using it. But I really do like these flat style of EDC lights, and these are really nice just to carry around in your pocket or just, you know, have it with you. I do love the fact that we have that magnetic charge port, but also the fact that the tail cap or the tail is magnetic. It will tail stand, and that's something that I use quite often. So now I'm going to plug this back in and get it fully charged up so that we can take this down to the park as soon as it gets dark, and then we'll see how this looks at night. All right, well, I've got the ArkPro from Olight fully charged up, and we're down at the park here now. It's nice and dark, but I am using an iPhone to film this, and it of course does look a lot lighter than it really is. So right now we're on the floodlight. Let's go ahead and just turn that on to moonlight first. Really doesn't put out too much light, maybe just enough to read a map or maybe find something in a tent. There's low. There's medium. There's high. That's really starting to light up this entire field here. And let's go ahead and double click to jump up to turbo. Really gets out there quite a ways and lights up all of this grass in front of me. Let's go ahead and try the strobe in the flood here. So I'm going to triple click that button. Just a little bit of a warning to anyone who has sensitivity to flashing light. There's the strobe pattern. You know, I'm going to shift my camera over here because we've got some headlights on the field. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the spotlight now. That's moonlight. Of course, you can see it with the camera. It's not showing up too well without the iPhone here. Definitely not showing up in a GoPro. There's low. There's medium. And there's high. Double click to jump up to turbo, and you can see with the spotlight, we're getting all the way out to the trees here at the end. And it definitely is a really nice bright pattern. Now we also have the strobe light in the spot, so let's go ahead and triple click for that. Just again, a little bit of a warning. Now I'm not sure how well the UV light will show up, but let's give that a try as well. There's the UV light right there. Again, not something that's going to throw very far. Now, if you press and hold to get to the brighter of the 2 settings here on UV, that's definitely going to come in handy if you're hunting for scorpions or something in the grass. Pretty powerful, pretty strong UV light there. And finally, let's take a look at the laser here on the side. Just push that button for the momentary laser. Push it and let go, and it will stay on. Really easy to track, very, very bright laser on the ground. Now, if you press and hold that side button, it's going to shift between the lower and higher brightness settings. We'll just leave it on the higher setting, and you can see that really is going to go far. So again, make sure you're smart with this. Don't shine this at any airplanes or aircraft or anything like that. It can definitely blind someone. But that's pretty much it. Looks really nice and really easy to use. Let's head back to the shop and wrap this up. You know, I didn't really read this card carefully until just now. It's got the letter R here on it, and it says here in very faint letters, I'm going to turn the light on so I can see it. It says, shine a UV light on the front of the card to reveal a hidden message. Not there at all. Can't see it at all. And then I'm going to shift over to the UV light. And now you can read a hidden message here. It says, refined craftsmanship delivers sleek design and lasting durability. And again, it says refined right there at the bottom. But you just can't read that without the UV light. So that's pretty cool how they integrated a little hidden message in this card. That's just something that I thought was kind of neat. Didn't really realize that when I initially took this card out, but that's kind of cool. They put a little hidden message on there just to kind of demonstrate the capability of this light, or at least of the UV light. And that really is what I do love about this, the fact that they've got a UV, a flood, and a spotlight, and a green laser all in one light, essentially 4 in 1. And it's a really nice, compact, easy to carry size. And of course, as you saw down at the park, all of the different lights, it's really easy to use and really lights up that entire field. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. And of course, I'll get a link in the description where you can pick up your very own ArkPro from Olight as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.